have completely skipped spring. It was under 50 degrees on Friday here on the north side of Chicago. We're already in the mid to upper 80s. Memorial Day Cubs action, and we are in the Bud Light bleachers today here on WGN Sports. It's a Hyundai leadoff man. Len Casper will be joined by Bob Brenly here momentarily, but we're having fun with the bleacher rights as the Cubs host the Houston Astros today. The Cubs winning yesterday 3-2, and they are now 3-3 on this 9-game homestand. Coming up, we're going to chat with today's starting center fielder, rookie Tony Campana. But as we go to break, our Chicago and Northwest Hyundai dealers spotlight reminds us to check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata and the all-new Hyundai Elantra at myhyundai.com. The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata and the all-new Elantra at myhyundaichicago.com. Hey, Tony, we need you right now, man.
Take it easy, man. I'm right here.
Oh, my goodness, you are fast. Tony Campana's with us. We will be not heckling you, we will be supporting you today out here in the bleachers. So you've been here this week, and tell us about playing at Wrigley Field.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. I mean, I'd never even been here as a fan before, and I get here, and my first time ever here, I get to play. It's pretty unbelievable.
How have the fans out here in the bleachers been with you?
They've been awesome. I mean, it's pretty cool. They yell at you the whole game. They actually, yesterday, sang happy birthday to me because, it's my birthday today. It's pretty cool. I mean, they yell at you and give you a hard time if you don't give them a ball and cheer for you when you make a nice play.
Pretty good birthday, huh? Spending it in the big leagues.
Yeah, unbelievable. A dream come true. It's everything. It's the best birthday present you could ever ask for.
Now, it's an interesting story. We've talked a lot about it. You dealt with Hodgkin's lymphoma when you were 7 years old and went through 10 years battling it. Can you talk about how that has shaped you not only as a baseball player but as a person?
Yeah, I think just being that fighter that I am, and always just giving it everything I got, kind of play every day as that's the last day that you could be there. And I think that's how I play on the field, and that's how I like to carry myself as a person too.
Did you have any doubts you'd be at this level, even though a lot of people probably did doubt that you would get here?
I think there was probably some points when I struggled in the minor leagues or struggled in college that I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it, but then you just come back the next day and keep doing it.
In terms of who helped shape you as a baseball player, are there any coaches or teammates in particular in the minor leagues who really helped you out?
I would have to say Bill Dancy, the AAA manager. He helped me out a lot, and Tommy Byers was my hitting coach last year in AA too. He was awesome, and I mean, just a lot of my teammates that I played with just telling me not to change the way I play.
So you come up, you're in Cincinnati, just a few miles down the road from your hometown, and essentially, and we happened to be in Mike Quaddy's office when you said hi to him. He said, "Be ready, you're going to use you off the bench." But you know how this game is. Things can change quickly. Unfortunately, Marlon Byrd got hurt, Reed Johnson, and now you're basically playing every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good opportunity. I mean, I'm getting in there and getting a chance to help the team win, and hopefully we can win a few more games. And yeah, it's awesome. I love playing, and that's why you're here.
So you're going to toss us a couple balls like between innings, right? I mean, you're going to have fun with us today, I hope.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, it's great to see you, Tony, and have fun today. And welcome to summer here in Chicago. We went from about 48 to about 90 today. Should be fun.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen the sun in Chicago since I've been here, so I'm glad it's actually here.
And is that hat on straight? Kind of. It's getting a little bit straighter.
It's getting straighter and straighter as more guys on the team tell me to straighten it out.
As a rookie, you do what the veterans tell you, right?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Tony. Good luck today.
Thank you.
That's rookie Tony Campana. Time now for Bob's AutoZone tip of the day. Today is about remembering the past, as Memorial Day, a day of remembrance, as we think about those who have died in our nation's service. The tip of the day brought to you by AutoZone. For the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need, get in the zone. AutoZone. The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata and the all-new Elantra at myhyundaichicago.com. Welcome back. It's our annual Bleacher broadcast. We're just moments away from the first pitch as the Cubs host the Houston Astros. The Cubs are in fifth in the NL Central right now, 23-28. The Astros have the second worst record in baseball at 19-34. Anaoe Rodriguez, a right-hander, looking for his first major league win. He's 0-2, spent April in the bullpen, and has been in their rotation in May. Rodrigo Lopez, veteran right-hander, will make his Cubs debut, pitching well at AAA with Atlanta before he was acquired late last week. Bob Brenly will join me here in the bleachers. We're going to have some fun today in the sun. The Cubs hosting the Astros on Memorial Day. Next. let's see, lots of sun, blue skies, and hot temperatures. Kind of feels and sounds like summer, doesn't it? It's Memorial Day, and we picked the perfect day to be in the Bud Light bleachers. The Astros and the Cubs on WGN. We welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. Len and Bob with you and our WGN Sports crew, soaking up the rays today. It's been so long, hasn't it?
It really has been a long time. If we knew all it took for us was to come to the bleachers, we'd have been out here the first homestand of the year.
It was 48 degrees on Friday, and it's maybe going to reach the 90s today. And the Cubs, Bob, are coming off a nice win yesterday. Clean ball game, some power, some situational hitting, and they beat the Pirates.
Yeah, 155 at-bats between homers for Aramis Ramirez. Certainly everybody in Cubdom hoping he's going to heat it up. And then the Cubs able to manufacture some runs with their speed. We saw some get them over, get them in, sacrifice flies. A very, very clean ball game, solid defensively all the way around. And Ryan Dempster, after a shaky start, really settled in and pitched a good ball game.
Starlin Castro with a couple of key plays. The sac fly to give the Cubs the 3-2 lead. And then this defensive play helping out the closer Carlos Marmol in the ninth. Cubs win the game 3-2. They come in 5 games under 500. And right now 3-3 on this homestand. Rodrigo Lopez for the Cubs. Aneoye Rodriguez for the Astros. Time now for God Bless America and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise as this afternoon's colors are presented by the United States Air Force Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of the national anthem, an American bald eagle named Challenger will soar down onto the field. Challenger is a non-releasable bald eagle cared for by the nonprofit American Eagle Foundation, headquartered at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. He is named in honor of the Space Shuttle crew. Challenger was blown from a wild nest as a baby during a storm and was hand-raised by the people who rescued him. Unfortunately, he experienced too much human contact at a very young age and became human socialized. As a result, Challenger thinks he's a person and cannot survive on his own in the wild. He is cared for by the American Eagle Foundation under federal and state permits for educational purposes. Acting as an ambassador for his species, Challenger has raised a great level of national public awareness about the need to restore and protect America's eagles, natural resources, and environment. The bald eagle is still a protected species throughout the lower 48 states, and much of its nesting and feeding habitat is being encroached upon by humans. Let's keep America's eagles flying strong and free. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Cubs welcome a very special guest to Wrigley Field. Second Lieutenant Patrick Caston is in training to be an infantry officer with the 4th Infantry Division in Fort Carson, Colorado. He is heading to Ranger School and will be deployed to Afghanistan early next year. The Chicago Cubs would like to take this moment to thank Second Lieutenant Caston, along with all our servicemen and women, both in this country and around the world, for their selfless dedication, courage, and sacrifice in protecting our freedom and defending this great country. At this time, please remain standing. Kindly remove your caps and join Jackie Dustin as she honors America with God Bless America, followed by our national anthem.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As they say, the Eagle has landed, and we're set for Cubs baseball on Memorial Day 2011. The Cubs hosting the Astros. Coming up next. Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Ford. The newest vehicles on the road are now at your local Ford store, like the all-new Ford Explorer, SUV, 100% reinvented. Visit localfordstores.com. Ford, drive one. And by the Illinois Lottery. How does $1,000 a week every week for the rest of your life sound? Then play Cash for Life instant games from the Illinois Lottery. The longer you live, the more you get. Chicago Cubs baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. We greet you today from the bleachers. We are right next to the batter's eye in center field, and it's a bit windy today. Got to lock everything down out here in the bleachers, but we'll be all right. Right now the wind is blowing straight out as we look up at the flags atop the center field scoreboard. And let's look in on the Houston Astros starting lineup written out by their manager, Brad Mills. Michael Bourne will lead it off in center. Two of the fastest center fielders in baseball with Bourne and Campana in this game. Clint Barmas was on the DL, did not play against the Cubs in Houston in April. Hunter Pence is hot. He's hitting 10 in a row. Carlos Lee always hits the Cubs well, and he's been very good on Memorial Day. Jeff Keppinger recently back from the DL. Brett Wallace is at first. Chris Johnson at third. J.R. Tolles a catcher. They have two catchers on the DL. And Neui Rodriguez, the pitcher, will hit ninth.
And let's check out how the Cubs take the field defensively today behind starter Rodrigo Lopez. Brought to you by Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. It'll be Soriano. Tony Campana celebrating a birthday today, playing right in front of us in center field. It'll be Fukudome over in right. Ramirez Castro, Barney Pena once again across the infield. Welcome back to Giovanni Soto doing the catching today for 35-year-old right-hander Rodrigo Lopez, making his first start as a member of the Cubs.
See the career record. This is his 200th career start, the 228th career game. And the umpires, Mike Everett, will call the balls and strikes. Chris Guccione at first. Corey Blazer at second, and the crew chief, Mike Winters, is over at third. Cubs won 2 of 3 against Houston at Minute Maid Park in April. And the first pitch of the game is lined out into left center for a base hit. The speedy Michael Bourne is on. Lopez was acquired in a minor league deal on Thursday for left-hander Ryan Buchter, who was pitching at Single A Daytona. And then the next day the Cubs put him on the big league roster, and he takes a spot previously occupied by Casey Coleman in the rotation. Here's Clint Barmas.
And Len, we expect Michael Bourne to run regardless of who's on the mound or who's behind the plate, but you have to believe with Giovanni Soto returning from the disabled list and Rodrigo Lopez making his first start, Michael Bourne will probably be even more aggressive than normal.
Southwest wind blowing straight out at 11 miles an hour, and we are at 88 degrees.
We're on another planet.
40 degrees warmer than the game time temperature for game 1 of the Pirates series on Friday. That pitch is taken low on a changeup, which is an important pitch for Rodrigo Lopez. 2 balls, no strikes.
And not overpowering with his fastball. Throws a slider. He'll cut his fastball, try to sink it. Occasional straight changeup. Definitely needs to get ahead in the count. Not the kind of pitcher that can afford to throw down the middle of the plate when he's behind in the count.
There's a slider for a strike. Barmas fractured his left hand in spring training. Was hit by an Ivan Nova pitch against the New York Yankees on March 25th. So he missed their first 25 games.
But going back to spring training, I thought Clint Barmas was a guy that was really going to make a difference for this Astros ball club. Pretty much a dead pull hitter unless he's trying to hit behind the runner. And going from Coors Field to That bandbox down in Houston, I thought he was going to get a lot of home runs into those Crawford boxes, and he may still before the year's over.
Another check on Michael Bourne. 18 steals, ranking 3rd in the major leagues. And when the Astros run, they're normally successful. They're at about 86%. That's the best stolen base percentage in the game. They're 42 out of 49. Bourne not running, and it's hit foul.
I take an inning or two to change our perspective here.
And it's totally the opposite.
Yeah. However, we do have a great view of pitches either in or out of the strike zone. We have to keep a close eye on where the catcher sets up. That'll skew it a little bit, but a great view from straightaway center field.
Swing and a miss. Got him on a rising fastball at 88 miles an hour, and that's out number 1.
Well, we saw it with Ryan Dempster yesterday against the Pirates, and the same thing will go for Rodrigo Lopez today. Expand the zone when you're ahead. The key for Lopez, as I mentioned a moment ago, is to get ahead in the count so he can use all of his pitches and throw those tempting borderline strikes up there to hopefully get some swings and misses.
He will give up home runs. He gave up 37 last year with Arizona, the most in the majors. Here's a guy you got to really be careful with, Hunter Pence.
Having a good year and has a good history against Lopez. 5 for 9 lifetime with a homer and a double against Cubs right-hander.
Also loves the month of May. Outside, 1-1. As always, we are reachable via email, even in the bleachers. Bob at Tribune.com. Facebook is open, so is our Twitter account. That'll be a base hit out into right center, and it's going to roll to the wall. That should allow Michael Bourne to score as Kosuke gets it back into Darwin Barney. An 11-game hitting streak now for Hunter Pence. Well, you put a guy on base and he's lethal. Bourne, essentially, Bob, is in scoring position at first base because he's so fast. That doesn't count as a hit with runners in scoring position, but Pence has 27 of those hits, leading the majors.
Well, he by far been their most consistent offensive threat all season long. Perfectly splits that gap in right center field, and as you mentioned, with Michael Bourne's speed, that's a gimme run right there. You hit a ball in the gap with him at first base, he's going to score easily.
Fly to right off the bat of Carlos Lee. Pence will tag and head to third, but there are 2 outs. Comes Jeff Keppinger, another guy we didn't see in April. He had left foot surgery in the offseason and sat out the first 50 games. He was just activated from the disabled list on Friday. Lopez works from the windup with a runner at third and 2 outs and a called strike. Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts will make his way out to the bleachers and chat with us a little bit later. We've got lots of water and Gatorade, and I hear some food might be on the way too as we continue to stuff our faces this season. And another day, another roster move for the Cubs. Jeff Baker goes to the DL with a left groin strain, and infielder DJ LeMahieu, 22 years old, first member of the Cubs' 09 draft class to get to the majors. He was a second rounder. He can play second, third, maybe a little short, maybe a little first. And it has been literally a move a day at least for the last several for the Cubs.
Jeff Baker just not showing the kind of progress with that groin injury that the Cubs were expecting. They were hoping it would just be a day-to-day thing, maybe use him as a pinch hitter here or there and eventually get him back out on the field on a full-time basis, but just not responding to treatments, not healing the way the Cubs would like. So going to shut him down completely for 15 days, let that thing heal up.
1-2 to Keppinger, and just got a piece of that sinker, and the count holds. In the dirt, 2-2. And a changeup. Lopez becomes a 9th different Cubs starter. And only the Rockies have used that many starting pitchers here over the first 2 months.
And it's tough to establish any kind of consistency in your rotation. Certainly this is where Mike Quaddy is thankful for Carlos Zambrano and Ryan Dempster as 2 veterans at the top of that rotation, because it's been a revolving door at the other 3 slots.
Matt Garza threw on flat ground today, and hopefully will be back within the next week or so. Shallow center, Campana lays out, can't get it, just off the end of his glove, and the Astros get their second run of the inning as Pence scores on a double by Keppinger. Good effort by Tony Campana as he laid out and just could not get it.
A good jump on the ball by Campana. Looked like Keppinger got jammed a little bit, took a full swing but didn't hit the ball very hard. Those are the kind that can fool a center fielder, but Tony got a good jump, just couldn't get to the spot quickly enough.
Thanks to Tony, the birthday boy, turning 25 today, for having a little fun with us on the leadoff man here in the bleachers. Brings up Brett Wallace. Off to a very good start. He's hitting .311. That on base percentage at .384, just out of the top 10. He's 11th in the NL. Outside, ball 1.
Just had the Mets in town a few days ago. Their first baseman Ike Davis on the disabled list right now, but having himself a fine offensive season. Brett Wallace and Ike Davis were teammates at Arizona State University. Pretty good thunder in the middle of your lineup.
Swing and a miss on a slider. 1-2.
Wallace at that point was a third baseman playing for the Sun Devils. Ike Davis a first baseman and occasional closer for Pat Murphy at ASU.
Much better April than May so far for Brett Wallace. Cubs got down early 2-0 yesterday, but the Pirates would not score after the first inning. There's Ryan Dempster and company. Got it done. The Cubs scored just enough runs.
But it was fun to watch Ryan Dempster yesterday. It may not have been too much fun for him because he was laboring in that first inning trying to find the strike zone with his sinker, but as veteran pitchers will occasionally do, he found a way to get through the outing and give his team a chance to win the ball game.
Slicing drive out of play down the left field line.
We probably saw more splitters and sliders from Ryan Dempster yesterday than we've seen in his time here in Chicago.
Got the win to improve to 4-4 on the year. On a long road to get that ERA down. Right now it's 6.00. Carlos Pena will flip to Lopez covering first. And the inning is over, but 2 runs on 3 hits. The Cubs are coming up. Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs 0 calories maximum Pepsi taste. Cubs hit under 200 against the Pirates. Did get 1 out of 3 in that series. Fukudome, Barney, and Castro at the top. Ramirez with a homer yesterday. Pena, Soriano in the middle. Campana, Giovanni Soto with his first start back from the DL, and the pitcher Lopez.
Take a look at the Astros defensively. El Caballo, Carlos Lee in left field. Michael Bourne in center. I do believe Tony Campana could post him up. Hunter Pence over in right field. It'll be Johnson, Barmas, Keppinger, and Wallace across the infield, third to first. J.R. Tolles doing the catching. What's his first name?
Aneui.
Yeah. Aneui Rodriguez. Looking for his first victory of the season. ERA stands just under 5. He too a sinker slider pitcher, an occasional changeup, occasional cutter.
Rule 5 guy from the Tampa Bay Rays, facing the Cubs for the 3rd time. The other 2 times were in relief. He spent April in relief and then jumped into the rotation for Nelson Figueroa in May.
I keep repeating it.
1 strike on the Cubs leadoff man.
Well,
1-1.
This is just an absolutely perfect day for offensive baseball. I mean, we've used all the excuses possible for the Cubs early in the season. The cold temperatures, the rain, winds blowing in. There are no excuses today. Perfect day to play baseball. Wind blowing straight out here at Wrigley Field. Batting practice was quite a display today.
Up in the air to center. Michael Bourne really battling the sun and makes the catch. Fans behind us trying to distract him a little bit. No problem for the Gold Glover, Michael Bourne.
You can see he kind of got around that baseball, tried to get it out of the sun, used his glove to shield his eyes, and then made an adjustment right at the very end to ultimately make the catch.
2-time Gold Glover Michael Bourne. You see the Stars and Stripes caps both teams are wearing, and every team around baseball here on Memorial Day. Darwin Barney, the second baseman. Fastball at 92 with some late life for a strike. Go back over 60 years, Darwin Barney with the highest Cubs rookie batting average to this point. That one at the knees. 1-2. Giovanni Soto was the Rookie of the Year in 2008. The guy at the bottom had a pretty good career, didn't he? Mr. Cub. Sometimes, Bob, you can just watch a guy make a few pitches and you can see whether he's got good stuff, and it's pretty obvious Rodriguez does have good stuff.
Yeah, he's got a live arm. Scouts would say he's got good life in his arm. Ball seems to explode out of his hand. You mentioned the late movement as that ball gets into the hitting zone.
Out in the left center, and it's going to split the gap. It's by Bourne. Barney motoring to second. Long strides as he heads to third with a standing triple. Getting this crowd revved up here in the bleachers.
Couldn't really tell what was going on down on the warning track in front of us, but the Astros took a long time to get that ball off of the track and back into the infield. Got past Michael Bourne. Oh, El Caballo to be seen backing up the play, and Darwin Barney, as usual, he's going to run till you make him stop. Turns the corner at second and chugs into third with a stand-up triple.
His third triple, the Cubs' 10th. So he's 90 feet away for Starlin Castro. Cubs with a chance to at least get one back right off the bat. And a base hit for Castro. It's 2-1 as Barney will score. RBI number 25 for Starlin.
That's a way to do it. Little instant offense, a rolling breaking ball in the middle of the strike zone for Starlin Castro, and with Johnson drawn in at third base, he's able to slap that ball right past him in the left field to put the Cubs on the board.
Here comes Aramis Ramirez, who ended the second longest homerless drought of his career yesterday. Went 155 at bats between long balls as he pulls one deep but foul. Homered on April 6th, and then his next one was yesterday off Jeff Karstens. Line shot to left.
Now, some hitters say they come in bunches. We certainly hope so. We've documented over the past couple of weeks the success of the leadoff hitter, whoever it happens to be on a given day. Darwin Barney, we showed you his numbers on the season. Starlin Castro, one of the best hitters in the National League. Need to get this guy going.
Swing and a miss on a slider. Castro with a good jump, and he gets in safely with a stolen base.
Starlin did get a good jump over there at first. Doesn't run a lot, but picked a good spot right here. A little bit late on the slide right there. Came in there hard with the left ankle, bounces right up over the top of the bag. Fortunately, he's able to hook it with his right foot and stay on the base.
Team leading 5 for 5 for Castro. Now base hit could tie it. 0-2 to Ramirez. Fly to center, and again Bourne dealing with his son. Castro tagging, and he'll get to third safely. 2 outs. It'll be Carlos Pena with 2 outs. Watch the Cubs take on the Astros this Wednesday at 1:20 here at Wrigley Field. Be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans get a Cubs watch compliments of Wrigley. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. It'll be the final game of this homestand, and the Cubs will hit the road for 10 straight. And it won't be an easy trip. St. Louis, Cincinnati, and Philadelphia. Carlos Pena deep to right. Gone into the basket. A 2-run homer giving the Cubs the lead. 7 home runs for Carlos Pena, and that line shot left in a big-time hurry.
Well, and we talked about it the other night when Pena homered into the teeth of a stiff wind blowing in from right field. This is a very similar swing, very similar result. A line drive into the front row and straight away right field. He is starting to heat up himself.
We got a pretty good look at that ball getting into the basket from our perch here in left center. Well, you said it feels like an offensive day, and it's shaping up to be that. I'm not so sure 3 runs will win this game.
I don't think so. Just keep adding on. Keep swinging. Good day to get fat if you're an offensive player. By that, I mean get some numbers. Fill up that box score.
2-0 to Soriano. Hit foul.
I talked about batting practice here at Wrigley Field earlier today. I was up in the press box at the time and heard that very distinctive ping of somebody taking batting practice with an aluminum bat. Guess who?
Carlos Zambrano.
Carlos Zambrano. He was hitting balls out onto Sheffield Avenue up near the scoreboard in center field with an aluminum bat. Ping. There's so many noises that are natural here at the ballpark, and you're very accustomed to hearing them and don't really pay much attention. It's just background noise.
Fair ball, diving stop. Chris Johnson. Throw to first, dugout by Wallace. Nice defensive play on both ends. Astros got 2 in the top. The Cubs with 3 in the bottom. Suffering an apparent leg injury as he tried to beat out this ground ball. He grabs the left quad as he gets to first base, and he's out of the game. Blake DeWitt's going to replace him in left field. So the Cubs just continuing to deal with injuries, and this is why Reed Johnson and Jeff Baker had to go to the DL, Bob, because you get stuck in a game like this with guys who are unavailable on your bench and you're really in a bind.
Yeah, no question about it. I think Mike Quaddy going with Blake DeWitt. Number one, because Blake has been getting some reps in the outfield early before batting practice, taking some fly balls, throwing to the bases. Plus, it gives him another left-handed bat in the lineup against the right-handed throwing Rodriguez.
Montañez and Snyder would be other options. It's third baseman Chris Johnson did swing at that pitch. 0-2 the count. 2 for the Astros, 3 for the Cubs. Big blow was a 2-run homer by Carlos Pena. an update on Alfonso Soriano, but it looked like it was a quad.
Yeah, Mike Quaddy was just talking about Alfonso Soriano and some of his defensive struggles in left field. And you know, when you don't have your legs underneath you, when you don't feel like you can start and stop as you need to make plays, it's going to make you tentative as an outfielder. And Mike Quaddy spoke to that after the ball game yesterday and again before the game today.
Still 1-2. By far the hottest day of the season. It's not even close. If you look at some of the weather stats, this is the Cubs' 29th home game. Castro will make the catch. Average game time temperature 52 degrees. First pitch below 50 16 times, including the first 4 games of this homestand: 45, 47, 42, and 48. Yesterday, just the 8th time we were above 60. And officially today at first pitch 88. Here's the catcher, J.R. Tolles, a bunt attempt, and he hit it foul. And back to the seats.
Wrigleyville Rooftops has premier seating for up to 200 guests for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual and group tickets are available for all games. For more details, go to www.wrigleyvillerooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF.
Astros with a couple of catchers on the disabled list. Jason Castro, after right knee surgery, probably done for the year, and Humberto Quintero with a high right ankle sprain, suffered in a home plate collision just a couple of days ago. Called strike 3, got him on the comeback sinker. Strikeout number 2 for Rodrigo Lopez.
A nice movement on that sinker by Rodrigo Lopez. We talked about the movement that Rodriguez is getting out there on the mound. Real good comeback sinker that time from the Cubs right-hander.
Called strike on Rodriguez. Looking for his first major league win, looking for his first big league hit. Castro will throw him out. Shutdown inning for Lopez. They go 1-2-3, 3-2 Cubs.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN TV is sponsored in part by Mega Millions and now Powerball from the Illinois Lottery. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot stands at $12 million, while Wednesday's Powerball jackpot $200 million.
Hanging in the bleachers today. Wind blowing out. 3-2 as we get into the bottom of the second inning.
Woo!
Feels good, doesn't it? You led the fans in singing happy birthday to Tony Campana.
Yeah,
this bleacher thing is very natural to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I spent a lot of time in the bleachers, not necessarily here at Wrigley Field, but it's the only ticket I could afford at most ballparks I went to, and that's where the good people are.
We're having fun today as Tony Campana will lead off, hitting 7th in the lineup, and takes a low fastball, caught the bottom part of the zone for a strike.
I did watch one game from the bleachers here at Wrigley Field when my college teammate Steve Swisher was catching for the Cubs. I was playing down in Bloomington, Illinois in college summer ball, and drove up for the day and talked our way into the guards down in the left field corner, snuck up here in the bleachers and watched the ball game.
The statute of limitations has run out on that.
I hope so.
Yeah. 0-2. Slider buried in the dirt.
If I remember correctly, that was some story we spun to the security guard to let us in. We were teammates of Swish's in college at Ohio University. We drove 42 hours to be here. Beg money for gas. Got no place to stay tonight. We just made it here in time for the game. Please, can you just let us in? We'll stand in the aisle and watch the game. We don't even need a seat. He went for it.
2-2 pitch. Keppinger late. He can run. An infield hit for Campana.
Well, until the National League gets a little more familiar with Tony Campana, he's going to get his share of infield hits. Any hesitation whatsoever, even on a routine ground ball, he's going to leg it out for an infield hit. I mean, he gets up to top speed in about 2, maybe 3 steps. He is running full speed out of that box.
Good to have Giovanni Soto back on the roster and in the lineup. Activated yesterday. Campana takes off. The pitch is a breaking ball. That gives Campana just enough time to get in. He didn't wait around. Infield hit, and he steals his 2nd bag of the year.
Boy, had a nice lead over there at first base, and Rodriguez paid very little attention to him. See, if you don't shorten up Tony Campana's lead and alter your delivery to home plate, it's going to be a track meet.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Back-to-back sliders to start the at-bat. Remember Gio's injury? It was a strained groin suffered when he was trying to slide to his right and block a pitch. The Soriano injury, a left quad strain. We're unsure of the severity of it as Soto strikes out. Hey, fans, couldn't get tickets to the Yankees, White Sox, or Cardinals series at Wrigley? Cubs Destinations has spots available for these highly anticipated matchups. All standard packages include great tickets, first-class hotel accommodations, a special Cubs gift bag, a tour of the ballpark, and a private meet and greet with a current Cubs player. For more information, visit Cubs.com. This is our view from the bleachers. You get a good look at the back of our heads. Many would say this is our best side. On strike. On Lopez. Hasn't done a whole lot with the bat. fouls that one off. Rodrigo is from Mexico. Back in 2002, finished second in the AL Rookie of the Year balloting, won 15 games with the Baltimore Orioles. Signed with the Padres way back in 1995.
That's the great equalizer for a base stealer on at second base. That inside move by the pitcher where he picks up that front leg, turns back towards second base. That time Campana read it perfectly, got back to the bag without a throw.
Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 gone. And it'll be up to Kosuke with Campana at second. He fly to center in the first inning. Well, the outfielders watching Michael Bourne. He's right in front of us, constantly checking on that sun as the angle is changing constantly. Right now, it is a problem for Bourne, and as the day moves along, it'll be a bigger issue for Hunter Pence and Kosuke Fukudome.
Also checking on that sun because he's positioned differently for different hitters and moves according to the count. Sometimes you move 4 or 5 steps to your right or left and it changes the angle of that sun. As you said, he's constantly looking up there, making sure he knows exactly where it is should the ball come his direction.
Top 3 in the Cubs order continue to hit over 300, kind of bunched together going into action today. Fukudome at 315, Barney 314, Castro 318. Here it is, way outside. Cubs owe the Astros a little payback. The Astros were here 3 times last season. They won 2 of 3 in all 3 sets. Three and 1. Walk to bring up Barney.
What would you do with an extra $1,000 a week every week for the rest of your life? Play Cash for Life instant games from the Illinois Lottery. You keep living, we keep giving. $1,000 a week for life. The longer you live, the more you get.
Triple and the Cubs' first run for Darwin Barney in the opening inning. Campana takes off for third, and a throw to first. Gets behind Wallace. That'll allow Campana to score, and it's 4-2. Tony Campana making things happen.
Now, Tony Campana had seen enough moves by Rodriguez out there at second base. He must have seen something because he was off like a shot for third base. Kosuke initially broke for second. didn't feel like he had a good enough jump to steal the bag, so went back to first base, and Tolles promptly threw the ball down the right field line, allowing Campana to get to his feet and score.
Astros have struggled defensively this year. So have the Cubs in terms of defensive efficiency. The Baseball Prospectus number in terms of turning batted balls into outs. These are the two worst defensive clubs in baseball. So you want to put pressure on the Astros defense if you can. And the Cubs just did. Chance to get another one here with Fukudome in scoring position. That one dropped out of the strike zone, and it's 2-1. How about 3 stolen bases already in the first 2 innings?
I don't like that. I think every manager other than maybe Earl Weaver likes to have guys in your lineup that can steal bases, put some pressure on that defense. But if guys just don't have it in them, you're going to run into a lot of easy outs on the bases. But in today's lineup, with Starlin Castro stealing a base already and Tony Campana flashing all around the bases, Mike Quaddy's going to have some fun today pushing buttons.
Swing and a foul tip, strike 3, but they add a run, an unearned tally, and it's 4-2 Cubs at the end of 2. As we get into the third, and we remember 2 great Cubs who passed away last year. Phil Cavaretta, who went to Lane Tech just up Addison, and number 10, Ron Santo. So number 10 flying along with 14 Ernie Banks. A couple of 31s, Jenkins and Maddox. Rodrigo Lopez gave up 2 in the first. Quickly worked through the bottom of the Houston order in the second. Single and a run for Bourne in the opening inning. One hit foul. That will drop foul. shot from just above our perch here in the bleachers. High for ball 2, 2-2.
And with Blake DeWitt taking over for Alfonso Soriano in left field, I would expect Tony Campana to cheat over that direction a little bit more than normal.
Bourne has his second single.
And we know the kind of speed Tony Campana has, can cover a lot of ground. Kosuke Fukudome the same thing in right field. Blake DeWitt is the one outfielder that's going to need a little extra help today, so I think you'll see Campana a step or two more toward left field than he normally would be.
On pause by Lopez. Bourne not running, and the pitch taken for ball 1 by Barmes, who struck out swinging his first time. Lopez, the 7th Mexican-born Cub in franchise history. Only one non-pitcher from Mexico has worn a Cubs uniform. Barney on the back pedal with the catch for the out.
The new Bud Light Bleacher Series provides fans with exciting new opportunities in the Bud Light bleachers this season, including free T-shirt Mondays, $3 12-ounce draft Bud and Bud Light Tuesday nights, and $1 Vienna beef hot dog Wednesdays. Tuesday night specials also available in select locations in the Seating Bowl. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
This was the giveaway today. The Passion T-shirts designed by Coy Hill with Ron Santos number 10 circled. Sleeve it says play like a 10. Hunter Pence with an RBI double and a run his first time up. Runner at first, 1 out. Cubs leading 4-2. Pence a ball of energy. There goes Bourne. Here's a throw by Soto. Gets into center. It'll be a steal and an error on Soto. It's the kind of day Michael Bourne watches Tony Campana run around the diamond. He's going to try to do the same.
Well, that's a big part of your game. You have to utilize your skills, and Michael Bourne's been one of the best base stealers in the National League for a long time. Kind of a half-hearted effort that time by Darwin Barney. He's kind of made a swipe at that throw that short hop second base, wasn't able to come up with it. It scoots through into center field.
Bourne has led the league in steals each of the last 2 years. It's cold. I need a jacket.
We can call into Otis. They'll bring you out a parka
man.
or something. Get a Duraflame log going here. Take the chill off.
It was in the mid-70s about 8:30 this morning.
I still didn't believe it, though, Lynn. I don't know about you, but I went outside. It felt pretty nice. I went back inside, had a cup of coffee, went back out again. I kept waiting for the temperature to drop and the rain to start, but it just continued to get warmer and warmer. Blue skies everywhere. Beautiful day here today.
One-two pitch. We will do it again. Oh my. The food has arrived. This will warm us up.
Okay.
Kosuke on the move makes a catch. Here comes a throw toward the plate. Bourne ended up staying at third. Big second out for Lopez.
Well, that's a case where Kosuke Fukudome charging that ball hard, and the reputation that he has for getting rid of the ball quickly was paid in advance. Michael Bourne only able to come about 3 or 4 steps down the line at third, read that throw from Fukudome, decided he was not going to be able to make it, and has to retreat back to third base.
You at least slightly surprised that Bourne didn't run anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
normally he's going to go against any arm.
Try to force mistakes. That's what Michael Bourne's speed will do.
Ball strike to Carlos Lee. All right, what do we have working here?
I don't know.
Got some hot wings.
They didn't bring anything for you. Look at this.
I just want one.
Wow.
You can have the rest. 0-2 Lee.
We got some burgers here too.
Yeah.
Single and a double. I guess we know who gets which one, right? Man.
Thank you. Oh my. They treat us right out here, don't they?
We'll be back with more in the 5th inning.
Let me guess, no napkins.
We may need a drop cloth for all this food.
Oh, we got a lot of napkins. Nice to know. Ooh. Well, that looked pretty good.
Yes, it did. Not quite as easy for me to umpire out here in the bleachers today, so we'll check with pitch tracks, and said that ball was off the plate inside. Good location, just not in the strike zone.
Wings from the 50-50 wings. Stan Burger, available at the Broadcast Grill and Sheffield Grill, located on the right field main concourse. 50-50 wings. We got a new portable cart located in the left field bleacher patio. There's the portable cart. The 3-2 pitch, a fly ball. Barney backpedaling, and he can't get it, and the Astros get their third run. It's 4-3 on a bloop single by Carlos Lee.
Darwin got turned around just a little bit, chasing that pop foul, or pop fly rather, out into shallow right field. With that wind blowing out, it's going to push the ball completely different than we've seen at just about every game here at Wrigley Field this spring.
Another hit for Carlos Lee on Memorial Day. This has been his day among active players, the 3rd best average on this particular holiday. And then you add the Wrigley Field component to it, and Carlos Lee, I'm sure, was very much looking forward to this day. 4:35 on Memorial Day. It's played by Ramirez, and he'll get the out at second base. And that'll end the inning. We're going to eat during the break. Hope you don't mind. Burgers and wings from Wrigley coming up. We like to share with our friends.
Oh, yeah. No way we could have eaten all those wings. Does look like this isn't the first time they've had wings.
No. It's going to be messy. You just kind of know that going in.
Eat. Well, they did send some wet naps, which was kind of nice.
If I fell asleep right now, that's what it would be. I'm sweaty. There's a strike on Starlin Castro. 4-3 Cubs in the bottom of the third. Pitch by Rodriguez. Ground ball to the second baseman, Jeff Keppinger, who gets Castro. Cub fans, you can enjoy your own Ferris Bueller's Day Off thanks to Pepsi. To celebrate the 25th anniversary of the movie, fans can go to Jewel Osco, purchase a pair of 2-liter Pepsi bottles with a preferred card to be automatically entered in the contest. The winner will hop in a limo and enjoy a recreation of Ferris's Day Off in Chicago, complete with a stop at Wrigley Field and the chance to throw out a first pitch. Brought to you by Pepsi, Hollywood Boulevard Theater, and Jewel Osco. Two and 0 to Ramirez. 1 out, nobody on in the last of the third. Off the end of the bat, foul off to the right. Alfonso Soriano left after the bottom of the first inning with a left quad strain as he was trying to beat out a ground ball. He was thrown out and then had to leave the game.
I think we're going to get a ball hit up here today, Len.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Preferably in the bottom half of the inning. We got a glove here just in case.
Yeah, we might need it. You could probably barehand it. I don't think I could. I might need the glove. A line drive base hit.
Time to take a look at our BMW Ultimate Drive. Came in the first inning. Carlos Pena with a rocket line drive homer into the front row in right field. Really starting to heat it up. Some of those high, lazy fly balls are turning into line drives. Brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana BMW dealers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
And that gave the Cubs a 3-2 lead. Pena never in a hurry to get the at bat started. He'll call time at the last second if he needs to. There we go. Way high. Ended up taking the mask off the catcher, who kind of reach up and snag that high pitch.
Ball's headed for the bricks right there. Was able to go up the ladder, make the play, but loses his headgear. You talk about Pena controlling the rhythm of the at bat, Len. I think that's a good point and something he's done throughout his career. If you get a pitcher on the mound that's working quickly between pitches, he's up on that rubber ready to pitch, and you don't feel comfortable in that batter's box, you have to request timeout and make sure you have time to prepare yourself physically and mentally to get back in that box for the next pitch. And Carlos refuses to get in there until he's ready.
I want to send out happy Memorial Day wishes to Sergeant Nathan James, currently in Afghanistan, Jeff Davidson of the U.S. Navy, Donald Elrod from the Marine Corps. Sean Taylor, Chris Finlayson, United States Army. 3-0 on the Cubs' leading walk man, Carlos Pena.
Also, Norma Perry would like to wish a happy birthday to her daughter Tracy, who shares a birthday with Tony Campana. So happy birthday to Tracy Perry today.
Pena already with 32 walks for a team that does not walk a lot as a club. Swinging away on the 3-0 and skying to right. Pence with the catch in the second out. Ball was up in the air a long time. Well, the first at bat for Blake DeWitt. He came in to play left for the injured Alfonso Soriano in the second inning. Rodriguez wanted it, didn't get it from Mike Everett.
We really don't like the reason that Blake DeWitt is in the lineup coming in for the injured Alfonso Soriano, but you'd like to see him get rewarded. I know you know this, Len. The guys that don't get much playing time probably work twice as hard as the guys that are in the lineup on a daily basis. Early batting practice, taking ground balls all over the infield, more recently taking fly balls in the outfield. Really working hard in the cage with Rudy Jaramillo, trying to get his swing into a groove, and we'd like to see him get rewarded for that here this afternoon.
Now with Jeff Baker out taking some ground balls at first base.
Get
Deep to center. It's Bourne. Can't get it. It's off the wall. Boy, he got to the spot, but just did not reach up to get it. Ramirez scores. And the Cubs get that run right back. It's 5-3.
That's a nice reward for Blake DeWitt. Well hit ball to deep right center field on a fastball up and out over the plate. You know, Alfonso Soriano takes a lot of criticism for the way he plays the wall here at Wrigley Field, but I got to tell you, my experience over the years, I don't see anybody that's really too anxious to jump into the bricks out there. Michael Bourne looked like he might have had a play on that ball with another step and a little bit of a jump, but he shied away from the wall, as did Hunter Pence. It drops for a triple.
And on the replay, it did look like it landed higher on the wall than that initial look.
Of course, the wall is padded now by the ivy, right? It's a lot softer.
I suppose technically so. The 102 Campana outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Let's see where it landed. Yeah, Bourne would not have been able to get it.
Right near the bottom of the basket there. I'll tell you, that ball, another inch or two, it gets tucked over that yellow line and into the basket for a home run.
Two and one. Cubs have scored in every inning. Breaking ball got away from Rodriguez. It's 3-1. Wind starting to gust, still blowing straight out to center. He walked him.
Have to believe at some point in the at bat by Giovanni Soto, we'll see the fake to third, throw to first pickoff attempt. Astros in 3 innings of this ball game are already well aware of Tony Campana's speed and how it can change the game. And this figures to be a running situation. You've got your number 8 hitter at the plate with 2 outs in the inning. Should Campana happen to get thrown out at second base, like leading off with Gio in the next inning. If he steals it successfully and the Astros decide to walk Gio, it loads him up for the pitcher.
That was Brad Arnsberg, the Astros pitching coach.